Get settled in here. My wife hates this jacket. She absolutely hates it. I bought it in 1990 or something around there. I bought it from Wilson's Leather at the mall of all places. And I've worn it ever since. It's one of the most comfortable coats I have ever owned. It is a little out of style. My wife would say it's about 2 decades out of style, maybe 3 decades, but I love it, so I'm going to wear it. This, of course, is Jeremy, one of your very favorite people with Parkinson's, here on my deck. Per usual, you can see the leaves are starting to change color back here. It's a chilly day, I'm not going to lie. I went for a walk this morning, got about 1.25 miles in. I did not wear my ski hat. I had a baseball cap. I should have worn a ski hat. Pretty chilly, pretty nipply. As they say, I like saying nipple, what can I say? Maybe this jacket makes me more immature. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But I thought, well, why don't I get it out? Because I can show my wife the video and she'll be like, oh, why, Jeremy? Why? But this is one of the many reasons why I am one of your very favorite people with Parkinson's. Here to talk to you this afternoon about the cold in Parkinson's. Now, this is something that I don't think a lot of people really think about. I mean, I guess us Parkies do, but it's kind of like the difference between heat and cold. I've got a friend with MS, and they have told me that the heat is really difficult on them. It just makes them feel even more, I guess, off. And I know sometimes people with dementia and cognitive issues can have trouble with the heat. The cold is kind of a different thing. I feel like cold mentally wakes me up, but it does make me stiffer when I walk, which is really saying something because I'm the Tin Man when I walk. But I will say I worked in a meat freezer for years. It was 32 in the meat, and then it was like, I think it was actually like 25 in the meat, and like 32 to 40 in the dairy. Anyway, it was chilly, and I got used to the cold. And even when I had Parkinson's, the early days when I didn't know what it was, and then later after I found out what it was, something about the cold, if I kept moving, it was relief of sorts. Because I don't know about you guys, I mean, I've talked about it in the past, the sweats, especially when I'm getting the dyskinesia, when I can't control my wiggly movements, or just when sometimes just out of nowhere, like I was telling my wife, was it yesterday or the day before, I was telling her, I was like, you gotta understand, my temperature's way off. Because she's like, it feels cold in here. I'm like, I'm sweating. So maybe it's just my hot blood, but I really feel like a lot of it has to do with the temperature regulation of our body, our inability to do it. I will say when it's about 40 to 50, I generally enjoy it because I can wear a coat, which I mean, maybe it's not this coat because my wife won't be seen dead with me in this coat, for shame. But something about a coat makes me feel kind of safe, kind of like secure. I don't know, everybody's got their security blanket. Mine is a leather coat, or I've got a black trench coat. Surprise, surprise. And but I've got like some windbreakers that I can zip up, and it's convenient for me because when my hand is shaking, I can put it in my pocket. And if you're really paying attention, you can see it, but I can't disguise it, and it helps me at least feel a little more social, or like not feel such an oddball. I know us Parkies have this issue when we go out in public, or can anyway. You feel like you're like the freak of the week or something. Like you don't want people to look at you, but you can't control your body movements, you can't control your facial expressions, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can't control your anxiety. So I would just like to know how the cold affects you. Does it make you more stiff? Do you enjoy the cold? Does it enable your body to sort of regulate itself a little bit better? These and more questions I would like answered. Like what did Arnold say in that movie? I've got a bunch of questions and I want them answered immediately. I think it was Total Recall. I'm off the subject now. But yeah, just checking in with you on a Saturday. I got to tell you, I do enjoy the fall. I do not enjoy what comes after fall, which is winter. And maybe I'll do a blog on that. Like I don't mind mild cold, but when it gets in the 20s, I literally lock up. I can't move. It's pretty bad. And then don't even talk to me about shoveling the driveway. I love getting your comments, love reading them, love responding. I try to respond to every comment I get. It's kind of something I feel is important, and we're kind of establishing a community here with this page and some of the other pages that I've mentioned in my other videos. So I love hearing from you guys. You guys make it all worthwhile. I gotta tell you, I wish you could be here right now with a jacket. Maybe even got a. Here's a comment. Here's something you can leave it for a comment. You got any out of style clothes that you pull out that your spouse or your significant other's like, no, 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 no. Like, I guarantee you, I go in the house right now with this coat on, my wife's gonna be like, oh, you did not just film a video in that coat. So do you? Here's another comment, another question. Do you like this coat? I think it's, hey, Fonzie style. I love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, that's all I got. Wish you were here. Peace and love from the chilly city of St. Louis.